I don't need to share a screen.
No sharing. Okay. Michelle, do you need to share your screen?
All right.
All right. Welcome in. Amber, am I good to start?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Hello and welcome to the August West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem meeting. We are so excited to have you here today. Amber, any exciting news?
Yeah, we're going to start a new technology on this one. We have a jam-packed agenda. So we are going to adopt something that the SBA's monthly innovation ecosystem does, and we're going to have a timer for our updates. So we'll have partner and entrepreneur spotlights at 5 minutes. And then if you reached out and are on the agenda for your 2-minute updates, we'll have a 2-minute timer going for that. So bear with us. We're just trying to make sure everyone has equitable time to chat about their updates. So
perfect. Thanks, Amber. All right, so we're going to kick off the partner spotlight today with Carol Jackson. Carol, can you tell us a little bit about First Micro Loan of West Virginia?
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see so many friends out there in the audience. Thank you for letting me have the opportunity to talk today. I am here on behalf of First Micro Loan of West Virginia. We are an SBA lender in the state. I'll give you some statistics, some of those boring things that we always have to cover. We were actually created as a nonprofit, a 501c3 in the state of Pennsylvania in 1989. Shortly after that, Senator Byrd heard about our operations with the SBA program in the state of Pennsylvania. And at that time, we did not have such a program in West Virginia. So he worked with us in the SBA office to get permission for us to cross state lines. At that time, that was still a little bit unusual. Thank goodness it's not anymore today. But we became a SBA lender in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. And then shortly thereafter, we were also asked to cross over into West Virginia. So today we cover some counties in Pennsylvania. We cover 38 counties in the state of West Virginia and 5 counties in Ohio. We do offer a variety of loan programs. We have a USDA IRP, Intermediary Relending Program, a Rural Business Development Grant loan program with USDA. We also have some Appalachian Regional Commission loan money. And in Pennsylvania, we operate a Main Street loan program. Mostly in West Virginia, though, we do the IRPs and the SBA loan program. I can share my screen. This is from our loan brochure, just some of the statistics that are about our SBA microloan program. We can finance pretty much everything but real estate acquisition. Our loans are available from $5,000 to $50,000 per loan client. That could be a multitude of loans. They might have 2 $25,000 loans or one $50,000 loan or any variety thereof. We do not finance anybody that's bankable. So if they go to the bank and the bank can finance them, but they don't like the interest rate, chances are we cannot do it. But if they go to the bank and the bank says, I'm sorry, your credit score just isn't where we need to have it, or you're a totally brand new business and we only finance businesses if they've been in existence for 3 years, that's where we come into play. So again, we do about anything but real estate. We do stress to clients, and I'm sure everybody out there in the audience is familiar with this. Everybody wants free money. Our money is not free. It is a loan. We do anticipate people paying us back. We do charge interest. We do try to work with businesses, though, because we understand what it takes to run a small business, and occasionally things happen like COVID that impact your ability to repay the loan. So we have the flexibility of working with the client, including providing technical assistance. The technical assistance can be before or after the loan. And I'll cover that just in a little second here. So we have a formal application process, and I will post in the chat a way to get a hold of us if you have anybody interested in that. But we do credit checks. We do require projections and business plans. And I know there's all kinds of business plan competitions going out there, but you'd be amazed at the number of people who say, oh, I don't need help doing a business plan. I'll put something together. And they don't cover any of the key points that we need to know what's going on. So we always try to work with partners, encourage people to reach out to get assistance with business plans and projections. And on the technical assistance that we provide, one of the things that we see when we do have loans is that businesses do not have a way to properly account for their activities. Huge number one issue. The owner of the business is a one-stop shop. They do everything from marketing, human resources, payroll, accounting, doing the actual work, preparing the food or doing the sales, and accounting seems to be one of the first things that slips. So we try to encourage people to go to QuickBooks or another software of their choice. We can offer help with QuickBooks and getting set up, tweaking their system for barcoding, making sure they capture their cost of goods sold or whatever they need assistance with. We can also help connect with people to help them get web pages set up. And online sales are huge, so that's not quite in our in-house expertise, but we always have a wealth of resources that we can reach out to. We do offer a little bit of assistance with applications, perhaps to other entities. We can partner with the Small Business Resource Center, SBA, and all of you out there that do loan funds. We all work together. We try to encourage, if we can't fund it, maybe one of the other partners can do it. So I see I'm about out of time, so I'll post some things in the chat. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Carol. We really appreciate it. So next up, we will invite Elise Smith to talk about the Women's Warrior Summit.
I'd be more than happy to. So just to introduce myself quickly, I'm now the First Lady of Marshall University, also the co-founder of the Wing to Wing Foundation. And when I moved here to West Virginia, I've always wanted to empower women. And when I got here, I finally had a platform in which to do so. And so I decided to start this Women Warriors Summit and host it in October. And what that is a program where we hope to teach women how to have the courageous conversations on the difficult topics that they face both at home and at work. For too long, women have been generationally conditioned to be quiet, to be good. Don't rock the boat, don't get anybody angry, don't speak up in that meeting, maybe you want to speak up later. And as a result, we don't do ourselves any favors. We don't get the promotion. We don't ask for the job that we should have. We don't tell our spouse what we've wanted to say for 10 years. And as a result, a lot of women get passive aggressive. They have microaggressions. They're not living the life they want to live because they're repressing so much emotion. And this holds us back both personally and professionally. So the point of this summit is to teach women the skills necessary to have these conversations with a positive outcome, because there's a good way to do it and there's the wrong way to do it. And a lot of us might know some of those things just logically, or if we have a high EQ, but a lot of people make mistakes. So we want to teach women the skills they need to have these conversations, both at work and at home. And the other thing we want is to help people understand how they can have conversations with people who have opposing views. In a time where we're so politically divided, people just can't talk to each other. You say the wrong thing and suddenly you're canceled, or you're considered, you're vilified or something. And we can't learn unless we listen. So one of the most important things with courageous conversations or learning to talk to people with opposing views is how well we can listen and learn and figure it out on our own. What do we think? What do we really think for ourselves? Not because they heard it on television and on our social media feed. And so this summit is going to be super exciting. It's the first of its kind here, inaugural event. I have to tell you now, it's October 6th, but it was so popular, we sold out. We sold out at the end of July. However, we are shortly opening a virtual option, and the virtual option will be really good. We're going to have very professionally done breakout rooms for those virtual as well as in person. And they'll have a chance to watch the keynote speaker, Emily Gregory, who talks about courageous conversations. They'll have a chance to hear Soledad O'Brien throughout the day. They'll have a chance to watch a panel of women talking about the courageous conversations that they've had, whether good or bad, tips, things like that. And then they'll get to see Nicole Kidman do a fireside chat with Soledad O'Brien. And she, of course, in her own life has had enough courageous conversations. All of these women who will be on the panel and at this event will have had so many circumstances where they could have handled it better, or they wish they had done something different. I'm sure all of us on this call could say the same. And it's not just for women. I mean, men need to have these conversations all the time. But I think more men are more apt to have them. Women are just used to holding back. So anyway, so October 6th, it's going to be a fabulous event at the Mountain Health Arena. I wish we had more capacity, but it's kind of a 500-person deal unless we opened it up to the full arena, which it's not a very intimate location. So anyway.
I apologize. We are over time on your 2-minute slot.
Well, I am done. So I hope you all can attend, and thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Adam Stallings, who I had the pleasure of talking with earlier this week, who is with the Southern Rural Partner Network. So Adam, do you want to share a little bit about what you're doing?
Absolutely. So I'm here to present on the new 1% loan program for distressed communities through rural development. As you mentioned, Amber, I'm a community liaison with the Rural Partners Network. It is a new program for USDA. But the 1% loan program specifically is just another option for communities who are dealing with a lot of infrastructure issues, such as water and waste disposal. And through RD, it has always been something that has been a very utilized program. The grant funding itself goes very quickly, especially with a lot of the communities in the rural areas of West Virginia having very dilapidated infrastructure. But the 1% loan program really just extends that funding a little bit further, because these communities can take advantage of that loan. So 1% loan, it can go up to 40 years and really just kind of add on with the grant funding that they receive to make that dollar go a little further and to really, help cover some of this large infrastructure project, which is normally multi-million dollars. And that's just something that we've seen being taken advantage of by so many of the communities so far. And we expect it to take up a lot of our time for our specialists. I'm by no means a specialist, but would be happy to connect anyone with them. And I'll just say a little blurb about the Rural Partners Network, since it is new. The Rural Partners Network, that is something that is new as of 2022. And we are really engaged at helping rural communities help gain access to federal funding. So there's 2 networks in the state that Amber mentioned. So there's the Southern West Virginia Community Network, which I work out of. And then my colleague Nancy Gall works out of the other network, the Pioneer Network. But if anyone has questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the chat, or I can give my contact info as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Adam. We're really looking forward to working with you guys. If you wouldn't mind throwing your email address in the chat, and we'll make sure that that goes in the follow-up email as well. And right along the lines on funding, I'd like to invite Chris Ura. Tell us about the $250,000 available for social entrepreneurs.
Great. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Hi, I'm Chris Ura, and I work with Coalfield Development as the director of the Seed Fund, which is a fund that helps really early stage and existing business find capital to help scale their business and create a more diverse economy here in Appalachia. So we're pretty excited about this year's Seed Fund Challenge. It's actually the first year we've done this, and we're offering up to $250,000 in funding across 3 categories. This all can be found on coalfield-development.org, but I can also put that in the chat in a second as well. So if you're an early stage entrepreneur, we have up to $50,000 in funding for you if you win the competition. There's an application online. We're going to basically take all applications, do some due diligence, and over the next 45 days, and then we're going to make decisions for all 3 categories by by October 26th. So again, the categories are early stage entrepreneur, existing business. So if you're an existing business, you actually can get up to $100,000 for a piece of equipment or new hires. And then also if you're an existing partner of Coalfield right now, if you're a RAPS partner, there's also funding available for you there too. So again, this is the first year we're doing this seed fund challenge. I'd encourage all entrepreneurs, depending on wherever you are in Appalachia, we'd love for you to apply. And again, the website I'll put in the chat here that gives you kind of the access to the application. Thank you.
Thank you. And great job being on time with the 2-minute timer. So we're really grateful for you all bearing with us as we introduce this. It's definitely a good thing for us to make sure that everyone's staying on track and that we can get all these great opportunities out for the entrepreneurs that are on the calls as well. So next up, we have Candy Workman with the Tamarack Foundation for the Arts. She's going to be talking about Parkersburg Piccalilli.
All right, hi you all. This is Candy with the Tamarack Foundation for the Arts. At the Tamarack Foundation, we support West Virginia's artists, art-based business owners, and arts entrepreneurs. You can find more out about us at Tamarack Foundation for the org because there's lots to learn. Today, I'm going to focus on 3 things really fast in the 2 minutes that we have. So one really cool project we have coming up is a partnership between Parkersburg Art Center. We're working with them to host the Parkersburg Piccalilli, the artist takeover in Parkersburg. So this will happen on September 14th and 15th. While the home base for this is the Parkersburg Art Center, there will be activities throughout downtown Parkersburg. This is a 2-day arts conference for working artists, art educators, college students, and arts organizations to engage in workshops, art making, networking, and celebration. Piccalilli will feature 2 tracks. One will be all about creative entrepreneurship and the financial side of being a working artist. The other track includes art making workshops with some of the region's premier artists, and there will be plenty of time to network. The schedule can be found on the Piccalilli Facebook page. It is not on the website right now, so I'm going to just share out what the schedule looks like, although this is tiny, just to give you an idea of how much stuff is happening at that time. So to move on really quickly, just want to shout out to the West Virginia Creative Network. Right now we have over 400 members of in our West Virginia Creative Network. And this provides some visibility for artists, but also a place for artists to come and share ideas and experiences and seek out opportunities to work with each other. And the last thing is we're currently conducting a statewide survey. So if you can go to the Tamarack Foundation Facebook page, you'll see several posts for our survey, and we would love some help spreading the word, because this will help guide the work that we do in the future. So thank you all.
Thank you, Candy. We're really excited about all the great work the Tamarack Foundation is doing, and also very excited about the West Virginia Creative Network and getting involved in the ecosystem. So thank you for all your work that you do for creative entrepreneurs. So next up, another event coming up for entrepreneurs. Deacon, can you tell us a little bit more about the West Virginia Makes Festival?
It would be my great pleasure. Thank you so much. Hey, I'm Deacon Stone, Marshall's Advanced Manufacturing Center, but we're still pointing folks to rcbi.org, which is our website, formerly known as the Robert C. Byrd Institute, with a 30-year track record and helping businesses and doing design and all that fun stuff. Well, a core of what we do is not just acceleration for those who want to go, but cultivation for those who are interested and want to find out more. So, my screen sharing is disabled, but what I was going to show you, I will put in the chat. And I have a link for everyone to sign up to this that will be the 10th annual West Virginia Makes Festival happening on the campus of Marshall University on October the 6th. So we'll have a fun day full of making. We have tons of activities if you just want to attend. If you're a business or an entrepreneur and you want to attend, you're going to rub shoulders with inventors, innovators, adult and youth alike, as well as many companies that are tabling there from Toyota and beyond, as well as many support organizations that will have tables there for funding opportunities, etc. And at its core, it's a great time for the school kids. And we look forward to having some of participation in this activity kind of coincide with school operations. Just kind of the idea that the Makes Festival can be on the agenda. You guys can attend it if you're a classroom educator and you want to bring a field trip, or encourage students to apply and participate. And another reason you should is because this year we're going to have an adult top prize of $5,000. So our top prize will be $5,000 for the adult category winner. Youth taking home a top prize of $1,000. We're going to have creative artistic categories for recognition of our arts-based participants as well. So nobody gets left out. We're going to have raffles, prize giveaways, and you can sign up right at the link that I shared in the chat. And you can sign up as an attendee. You can table and compete. And if you're interested in otherwise getting involved, email me. I'm Deacon, dstone@rcbi.org. That's what I got.
Great. Thank you so much. And sorry about the screen sharing.
Such is life.
We'll put the links in the follow-up email as well.
That's much appreciated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next up, we have Kim Knopf, and she's going to be talking to us about some franchise opportunities. So Kim, take it away.
Thank you very much. First of all, just some congratulations to everybody for working so hard to bring terrific things, back to Mountain State and a lot of the economic development. And so what I'm trying to do is really kind of tie into that with what our franchise is a proven business model. And so I represent about 350 different companies. So I'm looking for opportunities to get in front of people, to educate them on opportunities that are available for businesses. So hopefully I can get to know this group and have those opportunities. So I'm looking for opportunities to talk to people or to meet with people. It's just, I can be very flexible. I think that's really kind of it. I mean, I can also put some things in the chat in terms of how to get in touch with me and my website and things like that. But these franchises vary from anything you can possibly imagine. A lot of people think it's like a McDonald's or an Arby's, but a lot of these are very small and very easy for people to get into ownership of. I also do, if you come across companies that want to franchise, I can also help them franchise their business. I've found a lot of great small companies, but they're interested in scaling, but just don't know where to get started. So I'm excited to be able to help them with the knowledge that I have and the resources that I have. I think earlier I mentioned we're really trying to focus on the veteran community as well as women. Also, there's a big market for students that are coming out of college to start some entrepreneurial opportunities. So I'm kind of locked into some of those opportunities as well. So I think I came in under 2 minutes.
Yeah, you did. Thank you so much, Kim. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward to partnering and helping people start franchises here in the Mountain State.
Thank you.
All right. So Adam, can you tell us about the tank competition and the $10,000 prize you guys have available in Harrison County?
Absolutely. First things first, I want to thank Tar for having me on today and appreciate you all for joining and listening. So I'm the chair of the Young Professional Think Tank Committee at the Harrison County Chamber of Commerce. Our committee has decided, like Tar just mentioned, to put on the Chamber's first ever pitch contest. It's called the Tank. It's going to be a Shark Tank-like event. The mission of the event is to foster and encourage entrepreneurialism in Harrison County. Our event will be the night of October 5th at the Robinson Grand Theater in Clarksburg. The doors will open at 5 p.m. The event will go from 6 to roughly 8. We hope to end on time. We're going to have 6 finalists that night at the event that will either be in concept, infancy, or idea stage of their product or service. And one of those contestants, as Tara mentioned, will win $10,000 cash prize. But additionally to that, they're going to get about $20,000+ of professional services and coaching going on the 12 months beyond the event. We're also going to be doing fan favorites, which is cool. It'll be a way that the attendees will be able to use 100% of their $10 ticket price for admission to contribute to their favorite contestant. This way, none of the contestants will walk away empty-handed. We're really excited and blessed to have so many of our statewide business leaders contributing in one way or another, whether it be sponsorships, judges, speakers. I'm just really thankful for all that. But a couple of reasons I came on the call or asked for the group here. One, I want to ask if there's any angel investors or business leaders that are on the call. Would they be willing to come and join us at the event? We really want to continue to bring as many as we can together for that. Secondly, if there's anyone that's put on an event similar to this at all, I'd invite you to join a Zoom call with us and really appreciate your time. If you could share anything that you've learned or any advice that you might have, as this is our inaugural event. But again, sincerely appreciate everyone for listening. Hope to connect with some of you all soon. Kathy Wagner's on the call. She'll drop all the event details and our contact info in the chat.
Great. Thank you so much, Adam. And actually, it's a really great transition to our next speaker, Leslie Gant, who will be talking about the Build Up Berkeley opportunity. So maybe you all can chat and collaborate about what you're doing at a county level. So Leslie.
Thank you, Amber. So Berkeley County Development Authority will be holding its inaugural Build Up Berkeley pitch competition. It is open to new business and existing businesses who wish to expand located in Berkeley County. The registration for that opens on Friday at 8 a.m. and it closes on Friday, August the 25th at 5 p.m. And 10 participants will be notified on Friday, September 1st. And once they're notified, they will participate in a 7-week educational series to help them build a business plan, which is required with their pitch. When on pitch night, they will be judged on their business plan as well as their 3-minute pitch. The grand prize for that is $10,000, and then there's a second prize of $3,000, third prize of $2,000, and then we have a people's pick for $1,000. And not only does this help new businesses and existing small businesses with startup money, but it also gives them a chance to network with professionals, and then also they will receive college credits from Blue Ridge Community College. And that event is held on November 2nd at the Apollo Civic Theater in Martinsburg at 6 p.m. And I'll put the link in the chat.
Great. Thank you, Leslie. We're very excited to see all these pitch competitions happening at a county level. So again, we're really excited to see Berkeley County doing the Build Up Berkeley. And then we have another pitch competition coming up. So I would ask Ann Jones if she could talk to us about the Vetrepreneur pitch competition in September.
Hey, thank you so much, Tara. I know I'm like madly writing all of these notes. I saw that my colleague Carrie White put in the chat. She's got great experience in pitch competitions, as do I. So, please reach out to us on that. So my name's Ann Jones. I am part of the Morris L. Hayhurst Launch Lab at WVU and Startup West Virginia at WVU. And I have been very fortunate to be part of a grant program, a very large national grant program, which was SBA sponsored Community Navigators pilot program. And it's all working on veteran entrepreneurs. And it's been really exciting. We've been able to do some really fun things this year. And our final event of this grant will be on September 14th. So on September 14th, in Morgantown on Evansdale campus, we will have a pitch competition for veteran entrepreneurs. We will have a number of levels, people who are starting their business as well as people who are doing great things and expanding. I will put my information in the chat. Here's some of the things that we're really looking for. Please share this information with anyone who might want to apply. Share this information with anybody who might want to attend. And like all of us, we're finding great people who could use help moving their business forward. So if you would like to be involved in, after we get some of our clients going, in working with them, whether it's moving into a franchise or getting a loan with First Microloan. Let's work together. And I'm very excited. So did I stay under 2 minutes?
17 seconds to go.
Right. Oh, golly, last 5 seconds. Also in attendance will be West Virginia's Secretary of State's office will be having a one-stop pop-up during that event on September 14th. So anybody can come there and register their business. Now I'm done.
And it's
That's a
almost
great idea.
it's almost like you coach business competitions or something that you were able to get it in that 2-minute time. But thank you. Awesome opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, we've got next up on our list, Faster West Virginia. And Brian, you want to take it away for us?
Yeah, am I muted still?
Nope, you're
No?
good.
Oh, good. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so just a couple of things we've got going on in the coming month or in 2 months really. We have a marketing series that we're happy to be able to partner with UC on with the Downtown Innovation Hub. If you haven't been there yet, next time you're in Charleston, stop by and check it out. Super cool space. We're doing a 3-part marketing series there that focuses on branding. The second edition is strategy and then implementation. And we brought in a lady named Bethany Hornback with Apis, I think that's right, Creative. She's going to run the course for us, and we're pretty excited for that. We offered it just for our Faster West Virginia clients. So if they complete all 3 of these sessions, then they'll be eligible for up to $3,000 in marketing TA money. So we're hoping that they can take that money and implement the strategies and branding that they've created throughout the 3 weeks. Accelerate West Virginia is starting to kick off. We've got 3 communities we're working in. That would be the Fairfield community, Huntington, town of Wayne in Wayne County, and the West Side in Charleston. Pretty excited to be able to focus on those communities with their leaders and with this program. And that starts, it's sort of started now, but officially starts next week. And then upcoming, we've got 2 classes, business basics. It's a 7-week entrepreneurship class in Huntington. And then the Kaufman Fast Track, which is 6 or 7 weeks, depending on how you look at the calendar, we'll start. We'll run that one in September. We're just kind of holding for the dates. Marjorie's going to put some links in the chat for some other stuff, and appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. We're loving all the faster updates. We appreciate you staying engaged with the ecosystem, and also love the internal partnerships. So shout out Bethany with Apis Creative. She is an ecosystem partner and even spoke at Bridging Innovation Week. So we love seeing it. Next, we have an interesting opportunity. So we have an organization that's looking for a general manager with an opportunity for entrepreneurship and some equity in the company. It's the restaurant business in Putnam County. We do not know the name of the business yet, but if anyone is interested or know anyone that would be interested in that opportunity in Putnam County, I am adding the contact information in the chat. And then we are going to turn it over to Mark Burdett to talk to us about West Virginia Business Link opportunities.
Hey guys, thank you. Great seeing everybody again. My name is Mark Burdett. I'm the program coordinator here at West Virginia Business Link at the Small Business Development Center. For those who do not know, I want to share my screen real quick, and this was not planned, I promise. But we were, let me pick my screen here, guys. And I tell you, I always have problems with this. There we go. Okay. Let me know if you can see this. This is the pitch competition page on West Virginia Business Link. Can you guys see that?
Yes, we can see that.
Yes.
Okay, great. So there's going to be 2 ways we're going to do this. And I know that a lot of you guys have been on before talking about your pitch competitions, and this is something we've been talking about, having a one-stop place where all the pitch competitions can be promoted. And after thinking this through, there's going to be 2 ways we're going to do it. One, we're going to have a dedicated page, as you see here, and this is still in development. Hopefully it'll be done here in the next week. But I've dropped in a couple here, Build Up Berkeley, Pitch Southern West Virginia, and I know a lot of you guys that are had already talked about. We're going to dedicate this page for pitch competitions. But the other thing I need for you guys to do, if you're running a pitch competition, join the network as a separate entity. And I'll tell you why, because you can choose, it's very specific. You can choose. So when entrepreneurs come and do a search and looking for pitch competitions, it'll make the search results a lot easier. So I highly recommend you guys do that. So I'm going to hit my enter button here. This is all my contact information. This is how you submit an event, join the network. So for example, Build Up Berkeley. I know you guys are already a resource partner in Business Link, but I'd like to work with you to set up and add Build Up Berkeley as a separate entry into the network that's specifically for the pitch competition. That way we can start building a database of all the ones that are out there, because there's starting to be a lot of them that pop up. And I've got a lot of feedback from entrepreneurs looking for pitch competitions. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to be proactive and make sure that we have this available to make it easy for you guys to have everything in one location and not try to figure out where everything is. So I highly recommend you guys do that. That's really all I had this week. That was kind of a big deal for everybody, because I saw that Michelle asked that question. Also, be sure to put it on the calendar. Here is the calendar of all the online events that folks have submitted. All you have to do is go down at the bottom, submit your event, and you can enter the pitch competition that way. So that's kind of 3 ways that you can use West Virginia Business Link to promote your organization, your pitch competition, and the actual event, to make it easier for entrepreneurs to get connected. So I know we have a few minutes or a few seconds here. Do anybody have any questions about that? All right, sounds good. Well, I'll turn it back over to the crew.
Thanks, Mark. I think that'll be a super valuable resource for the ecosystem. So I want to throw it out there. If you have any open ecosystem updates and you'd like to give that to the group, please drop a line in the chat and we'll be sure to highlight you. A couple of notes on Bridging Innovation Week. Again, it will be taking place April 8th through 11th in Huntington. We do have a couple of opportunities that will be coming up. We'll be releasing our call for speakers beginning in October. So keep an eye out for that. We're working right now with a couple of different partners around some interesting pre-conferences. So, and there were always opportunities to reach out to us and host an event during Bridging as well. And we'll help cross promote that and make sure that the ecosystem knows about it. So please reach out to us if you're interested in anything related to Bridging Innovation Week. We will be starting our sponsorship announcements soon for that as well. Additionally, we wanted to just share a couple of opportunities that are related, but also building on Bridging Innovation. So we have a couple of subcommittees that we're working on. WVU Extension is doing the Youth Entrepreneurship Subcommittee and have had some really great success getting that started. We're working with the Tamarack Foundation for the Arts around an Arts Entrepreneurship Subcommittee, and we will be launching 3 additional subcommittees with some funding from the Appalachian Regional Commission around capital access, around policy and regulatory services, and then as around workforce and specifically maybe manufacturing. So we have an RFP process that will be going out at the end of this week. We'll put it in the follow-up email as well, but we do have some funding for a lead organization to help with those committees that we'll share with you all. So very interested in getting that out to the ecosystem and getting some people to step up and lead those subcommittees and help us build out some action items and some plans for how we can improve some of those ecosystem building blocks. So more information on that to come. And then the last thing that we'll also say is that our request for partnership for Bridging Innovation Host Site 2025 will also be coming out in September. We always like to get started a little bit ahead in identifying those locations. So that's on the ecosystem direct side. I see a couple of updates in the chat. So Nora, do you want to come off mute and just talk a little bit about the opportunities you're dropping in there?
Yeah, thanks. Just very quickly, since we've got a couple coming up, I know that Carol mentioned QuickBooks, and we're running a QuickBooks Basics. This is perfect if you have brand new businesses. We're going to do a QuickBooks Intermediate later in September, but this is perfect for new businesses. And we're also really pressing on getting more women-owned small businesses with federal certification to do government contracting. And we try to run these every other month and alternate them with how to get registered in SAM.gov. So if you've got businesses that are trying to diversify their revenue, find new avenues for growth, we're there to help with the federal contracting, the certification. So you can click on those links and get registered. And if they're sold out, we do run these alternating every other month.
Perfect. I know those are definitely great things for if you're getting introduced into this space to look into. So Samantha, this is an interesting one that you had reached out to us, and we saw this in our email as well, but the National Parks Conservation Association Mid-Atlantic Young Professionals Advisory Council. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you so much, Amber. I'm Samantha Nygaard. You can call me Sam. I'm the West Virginia Program Manager for NPCA, to shorten all that, the word soup. But we are looking for young professionals, 35 years or younger, in Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, District of Columbia, and my favorite, West Virginia. So we're trying to get young professionals to apply. So this is a great opportunity for yourself or anyone that you know who loves national parks and wants additional ways to get involved. And if they have any questions, feel free, if you click that link, my email's on there, so you can reach out if you have any more questions. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Samantha. Megan, do you want to talk about what you just dropped in the chat? The recent college graduates?
Yeah, thank you so much. I have another opportunity for young professionals, specifically recent college graduates. So my name is Megan Butler, and I'm the director of Pittsburgh with Venture for America. We are a national nonprofit that runs a 2-year fellowship program for recent college graduates interested in careers in entrepreneurship. So if you know of any rising seniors in college or folks up to 4 years post-graduation, please feel free to share that application link with them. It'll be for our 2024 cohort, so starting in spring 2024. And feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any questions.
Amazing. Wow. I mean, this has been, I feel like a little overwhelmed by the wealth of knowledge that has been shared in this session. I think, Anne, you said you're just like randomly scrambling down the notes. There's a lot of opportunities and a lot of cool things happening in the ecosystem. Any other final updates or any entrepreneurs that are on that have asks or anything that we can support you with? Feel free to unmute. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything super formal.
I'm going to give Adam Payne a shout out. YNST won. Adam, what did you win last week?
Oh, thank you. We won the Wheeling Show of Hands pitch competition, which for the other folks talking about making like city specific pitch competitions, that would be a really good one to get connected with, because I think it's been around for 10 years up in Wheeling. So yeah, that was really exciting. Thank you, Tara.
That reminds me, Tara and I we had talked to the Show of Hands up in Wheeling about doing a playbook. And so I'm going to put that back on our radar, as maybe that's something the ecosystem can work on, is putting out some playbooks on how to organize some of these events that work really well in local ecosystems. Perfect. I also, if you are hosting, and this is just a curious data point for me, if you are hosting a pitch competition and you wouldn't mind dropping the software that you use or a platform that you use, I'd love to see if there are any commonalities, if there are any that feel more passionately about one. I think that's also really helpful for people that are maybe getting into it. So if you do have a software that you love or a software that you're like, avoid, let us know. That'd be great. Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we'll give you we're right on time, Tara. We usually try to wrap up 15 minutes early. We say it doesn't go from 2 to 3, but it can. So
right on time. Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for all the engagement. And we're looking forward to seeing you next month. If you would like to be on the agenda, please just email Amber or I, and we'll make sure to get you on there for next month.
Great to meet everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks all.
You guys.
Thank you. Thank you.